like to bring to the stage someone who's from the youth department. She's currently the president of the MSA Nova campus. She's keeping a tradition of poetry alive in the Muslim community. She is a friend and a great student. She's gonna share with us a little portion of her art tonight, a little portion of her spoken word. MSA President Hanan Seid.
Assalamualaikum guys. Assalamualaikum guys. We'll try it one more time. Assalamualaikum guys. 3 times. Okay, my name is Hanan Seid, and I have 2 pieces for you guys, right? So the first piece is called Why I Do Slam, right? That was the title for the workshop that I was doing, and this is the answer to that workshop. I fight for her, him, them, they. I'm a pacifist. My words are my weapon of choice. My body is a machine. My tongue and my mind are my ammo, and you are my battlefield. Shooting everyone that's ever broken me with a vengeance like a schizophrenic nail gun. I'll try to drill my silence into your ignorance and give you all the words I should have but didn't. I finally get to tell my story. I'm sorry it takes me creating a war zone to finally speak, but this is a way to finally speak, so I hope you don't become the inspiration to my next slaughtering. The spotlight is where I'll put you on a pedestal just to watch you fall. The spotlight is where arrogance looks best. Your complexion here is beautiful, and I create noise because people don't realize how knowledgeable silence is. Thank you. That's the first piece. All right. The next piece is about my sister, Jannah, and about the stigma that people have against mental illness and disabled children. The families have more effect than the person who's actually disabled. It's a lot of stigma in this community, and that's the next poem. It's called Jannah. All right. Dear lady, who said that abortion should have been the case. Did you see my mother's face as you tell her to kill something that can't be replaced? She isn't a piece of waste or trash to just thrown away. She doesn't care what the doctors say. She's not from certainty. But then again, when does life ever hand you guarantees? Doctors can't really see, blinded by the needles, chemicals, and what a human being can physically be. She thinks she's being punished by the same God who gave her me, but how is she a punishment when all you see in her is beauty? As I walk through the halls of the hospice, I held myself up so I wouldn't cry, then asked myself, why? Why her and not me? Because you see, I would do anything to keep her alive. When I made it to her room, all I saw were little hands, little face, little toes and little eyes. We were connected, came from the same womb, but she was sentenced to die before she was even born. Man, this is a messed up April Fool's. And when I went to school, I thought of her, measured her tiny body for a casket and memorized moments for a eulogy. But as seconds became hours and hours became days and days became weeks and weeks became months and months become years, she is still alive, fighting a battle she was supposed to lose. So abortion would have been a bad decision. They call her disabled, but calling someone disabled doesn't mean that they're impaired. They call her broken, but calling someone broken doesn't mean that they need fixing. They call her blind, but calling someone blind doesn't automatically give you vision. When the doctors give her stress and I give her hope, it's like one of us are the infection and the other is the medication. Where do I cut that rope? They say she won't live a normal life, but normal is the death of dreamers and the strength of wannabes. Perfection, you are all anyone wants to see. Reminds me of back then when they dressed up mummies so beautifully from the outside as they rot and deteriorated from the inside. Normal is a cookie cutter, and if you don't fit, they smooth down all the edges, built up and torn down like bridges. Normal. If she doesn't become normal, I will create a normal where she can fit. Uniform only to her. You don't have to cut down her edges into bits. You see, she's not a victim of God, but a survivor of death. Jannah, her name rings in my ear. Jannah, which means heaven. Heaven where she's going is clear. She's stronger than anyone I have ever met. She looked death in the face and told him to go back to his place. So my advice to you is come, look her in the eyes, and maybe then you'll see what I see in my mind. Maybe then you'll know how lucky you are that you have one. That your body isn't missing parts, that your eyes give you sight, that your lungs have something to reach out to. How lucky you are to be fully alive. She was looking for encouragement, a sign, yet you chose to break my mother's heart for the second time, dear lady, who said that abortion should have been the case. Did you see my mother's tears go down her face as you tell her she should have killed something that no mother can ever replace.